Oh no.
Dude, I started by weed eating, so I figured if I knocked some of the weed eating out of the way, by the time I got, to mowing, I'd mow all
Right.
that shit out too, and it wouldn't look as bad. Instead of weed eating afterwards and leaving piles of fucking weeds. And so I got a flat tire on my mower, right, which I knew I had. So I had already went and got a slime pack and shit. And
Right.
I went ahead and I start weed eating. Dude, I ran those batteries down twice. I still ain't done. And I decided to take a break because I was about to die. So while I was
Right.
taking a break, I was gonna go out there and get see if that mower would start because I wasn't gonna slime pack it if it wouldn't start.
Right.
Because you know how you gotta run that wheel. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So it wouldn't start. So I pulled the battery out. I was like, well, I'll just go buy one because they're like 20 bucks. So my mom's like, well, I'll take you. So you don't have to drive because I hadn't slept yet. So she drives me, her, and Braden. We go to, she says last year they charged it at O'Reilly's. And they don't charge you to charge them. And I was like, oh, well, that's cool. I'll just charge it. I can put it in tomorrow, whatever. No big deal.
Hmm.
I wasn't in a rush. I wasn't in a rush to mow or nothing, buddy. So I go in there. Now listen, dude. I go in there. I wait my turn. I get to the counter. I say, hey, you guys charge these? That guy goes, those? No, I don't think they fit on our machine. And I went, no. And he goes, nope, I don't think so. And he looks at the other guy and says, hey, do you know if our battery charger back there charges these? And he goes, oh, I don't know. And I looked at both of them and I was like, this was brought here last year and charged. And he goes, yeah, I don't think so. I don't think we can do that. And I went, huh, okay. He's like, but we sell them over there. And I was like, yeah, no thanks. I was like, because I could already feel it. I was about to fucking snap. Like I was
They were
about
like,
to,
oh no, I
buddy. I
don't want
was
to help.
I was about to snap before I went in there.
I bet.
So when that happened, I was like, I gotta go, cause I don't want to get arrested for acting a
Right.
fool in here, and I don't want you to post it on the internet and make me look dumb. So I'm gonna go now. Now listen to me when I tell you this, buddy. We go to Walmart, and I walk back there to the garden center, and I didn't really see no batteries or anything, so I thought, oh, well, maybe they're back there by the car batteries.
Hmm.
So I headed that way, and there was a guy headed toward the car batteries that had car stuff on a cart, like he worked in that area. He was putting stuff on the shelves.
Hmm.
I walked up to him and I said, "Hey, do you guys sell these batteries here, back here where you got your car batteries, or are they somewhere else back with the stuff?" And he goes, "Oh, follow me." And in my head, I'm like, "You can point, but okay." So I follow him, right? Because he was being nice enough to show me.
Hmm.
So I follow him over to where the batteries are. Now you know how Walmart's got their own brand, right?
Hmm.
Which is cheaper than the norm. Now they had no other brand to choose from but Walmart's ever whatever. And
Everlast.
he goes, "Yeah, this one here will probably work." And he points at one that was obviously bigger. And I don't know what the amps was because I didn't pull it off the shelf. It was the most expensive one.
Hmm.
Dude, he pointed to the most expensive one that was obviously bigger than the one I was holding in my hand. I
Hmm.
could see that it was bigger. And I said, well, sir, I was looking on the internet price them, and they're 20 bucks. So I don't really want to pay $100 for something that's 20 bucks. It was like
Right.
99 bucks or whatever. And he goes, "Now listen, I shit you not." With a straight face, he looked at me and he goes, "Well, you can't really trust the internet, and you could always order it from the internet, but I sure wouldn't. I don't even order my stuff from Craftsman anymore off the internet because they just slap a sticker on it. You don't know what it is you're getting." And I looked at him and I thought to myself, "What?" Because
What year are you in?
this guy was older than me. Like he was probably about 55.
Hmm.
And he said that, and I just kind of looked at him, And I said, well, I'm not going to pay $100 for something that costs $20. Have a nice day. And I turned around and walked off because I thought I'm gonna freak out in public and look like an idiot like any
Mhm.
moment.
Mhm.
So I just come back to the car and I was like, well, I guess I'll have to call around tomorrow and look because I don't really know and I don't want to pay an outlandish amount for something that don't cost that much, especially a
Mhm.
cheaper brand. Like the one I got, I don't know what the brand is that I have, but that's the one that was $20. Why is your Walmart brand, which should be cheaper than that or at least the same cost, why is it
Right.
5 times more? Like I just looked before I got here, guy. What the fuck? You know, it was
Mm.
really weird, bro.